Hey, what's up, YouTube? So I had a request from my friend David to oh cool, Chess 960 tournament to show him how to use studies on LiChess. Now, I think studies. I mean, there's a lot of things that make LiChess stand out, but I think studies is one of the top things. Like chess.com does not have this. Um, so anyway, so if you want to get to studies, first thing, obviously if you have a link, you can just click on the link. Like I sent David a link to my study, but let's learn how to make studies. So, okay, you go to learn, you go to studies, and move the webcam so it's out of your way. So, all studies, my studies. So, you can create studies. Say you have like all your games or all your opening prep in a study, and you don't want your like friend who you're going to play in the tournament to see it. You can set it private. I'll show you how to do this in a minute. Um, so, yeah, these are other people's studies. I can click on my studies, my tournament games, opening stuff, more opening stuff, endgame stuff, Toby's games. That's him, Tobian. Um, so I'll just show you this real quick. These are all the AMFGs, and say you're looking at one. Let's see. Did I make that analysis? Oh yeah, that's my analysis. So say you want to change an opening line. So here I played C3. Say I want to, for whatever reason, I want to look at knight C3, like Grand Prix attack stuff. I can do this. Another tip to save time, if you're in the opening and you're looking at a well-known variation rather than, okay, black plays E6, you can just click the move. Or if this also works if you're entering a tournament game. Now, obviously, if bishop b7 wasn't played, say knight c6 was played, then now you're out of opening block and now you have to enter it manually. But a lot of little time-saving shortcuts. So anyway, this is this study. I will show you. So you can say this is how many members. So before Fishbra, that's David, he was not a contributor. So that just meant he could look at the study. But if you click contributor, he can add new variations, change my variations. If he pisses me off, I could kick him from the study. Now this could be private, but I have this open to the public. If you click this, these three lines up here, visibility public, anybody can see the computer analysis, opening explorer, chat, it's just members, so we don't have some jackass just come and put a bunch of crap in the chat room. Not that I'm really looking at that much. And then sync means oh, interesting. I should probably change to let people browse freely. But I think sync is good for like if you're doing a Skype lesson with someone, then when they move, you move. It's kind of like they're controlling your board. So I think I'm going to keep sync on in case David and I do a session where we're looking at the game simultaneously. So anyway, let's learn how to create a study from scratch. So say you have some games. So I'm going to go to my profile, look at my games. Say I played this autumn marathon tournament. Say I want to add all the games from this marathon tournament. So I can right click, copy link address. Let's just start with this one game for now. So I go to study. I'll say you click this plus. That's how you create a new study. I'll say autumn marathon games to study. Well, I don't need to say to study. It's a study. I'll make it visible to the public. Just members can chat. So I guess I'm the only member. Just for fun. Well, one thing at a time. So to have a study, first thing you have to create a chapter. So you see these things at the bottom. Say you're entering your tournament games, then you would say initial. You start from the initial position. And if you're white in the game, you could say white, otherwise black. It doesn't really matter. You can also press the F key to flip the orientation. So that's if you want to enter a game manually. If you want to add a PGN, say your buddy sends you a PGN or you find something on the internet, you paste it here, and URL for a LiChess game. Oh, that's cool. It works for chessgames.com too. You can copy that here, create chapter. And if you don't add a name, it automatically just adds the opponent's name. So I can look at this game. Say I want to add a comment. Okay, so this has my opponent is white. I press F on the keyboard, and that'll change it. I don't know if that changes it forever. If you say black, then that's the default. Of course, you can always change it if you want. So say I want to add a comment. I can say this is the English opening reversed Sicilian variation. I don't know if that's actually what it's called, but it's kind of like reverse Sicilian. So then now that'll add it to the comments. Say I want to give a annotation. I could say interesting move. If I blunder, which I'm sure I did at some point, because white is way ahead. I don't know where my blunder is, but just for the sake of it, let's say B. Let's just say, yeah, F4 is a blunder, okay? So, or a mistake. I can give myself question marks. I can make comments. Yeah. So, if I want to add a new chapter, okay, let's F11 it out. Go here. Go to my profile. Games. Say, okay, I want to add this game where Berserkton lost to Speed 1. So, oh, the cool thing is, you'll note if you add a game from LiChess, you can actually see the times up here. So as you're going through the moves, you can see where maybe you played way too fast or you paused unnecessarily for a long time. So add new chapter. Remember, we're going to add a URL. Paste it here. I don't remember what color I was. Okay, I was white. So let's change the orientation to white. Save that. And say Speed 1 is my buddy and I want to add him to this study. I can go here. I can say add members. And it has kind of like people have added before. So I can search for Speed 1. Or say I want to add my buddy Yakov Norowitz. What's his name? Bathroom iPhone GM. There's like iPhone bathroom GM. Anyway, I would just figure out what his username, add him to the study, and then I would just, if I wanted to share a study, you just copy the URL, text it, email it, whatever. So there's the 2 chapters, and again, I can add variations. I could say, oh, what if I did this instead? And add a whole bunch of lines. I think even if you click, let's see. Oh, that's pretty cool. See, I learned something new every day. You can actually just click and almost like making the computer play itself from the variation. Obviously, the faster you click, the lower the depth will be. So that's cool. I learn something new every time. I mean, the LiChess study system is pretty awesome. Oh, and remember, if you have the opening variations, you can look at these. You can say I want to cite this Mamedov versus Armetev, that came to a similar position as my game. I can say cite, and there it is. The game is cited, and I can click on it, and it'll open in a new tab. And then I can look at this game. Just close it out, and that'll always be there as long as LiChess exists. It will be there in the study. And say I had a coach, and I wanted him to look at my games. He could also do the same thing. He could go over the variations. He could add his own comments at any point. He could cite his own games, and he could say, study this Niels Tikkanen game. Now this game is not in the study, but it's accessible through the study. But I could also add it. I could add it to the study. Say I wanted to add this game to the study. I don't know what's happening here. My computer's going crazy. I could actually add this to a study. I mean, it's my study. I can do how I want. I usually just like to have my own games in the study. Oops. So not the name, add the URL. And yeah, now these guys, game isn't a study. So I'm sure I'm only scratching the surface. Oh, another cool feature. Let's see. We got to so this is 6-piece. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. With the Opening Explorer, if you get to an endgame, I believe with 6 pieces or less, it'll actually, you actually have an endgame book also included. So you have an opening book and an endgame book included with LiChess. So any other questions, please write them in the comments, and I will respond to those questions as best I can if I know the answer. Or if there's a cool feature that I didn't mention that I should have, please also mention that in the comments. And thank you for watching. Yeah, again, the LiChess Explorer is a great feature, and to get there, go to Learn, Study, and yeah, to add a new study, hit this green button. To look at your studies, hit a green button. Studies I contribute to, this is for David. David, if you lose the link, you can click here, and yeah, if someone's added you as a contributor, you can look at these. So anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.